Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. And welcome to what is turning out to be a very, very let me just do a button up here. I flung on this shirt.
You don't have to do that for us.
That's all right. Someone in the comments said, "Where is Lena partying like a rock star and swinging from a stripper pole?"
Where you were.
But it's you with your shirt undone. I'm pleased.
Oh, indeed, a bit of cleavage, a bit of cleavage out there.
You don't have to cover it up on our account.
Indeed, thank you. So, yes, so unexpected. So, first of all, we have Deann Sheild Maiden, and of course, we have Sheila of Celtic Tarot. And we have Lena joining us as well. So I wasn't expecting Lena this week.
Yeah, I said to Hogarth I won't be able to do this Saturday night because I'm in Sao Paulo in Brazil. Thought I'd be out. But, of course, we've just got back from lunch, you know, it's sort of 7 in the evening, you know, like, so we're not going out till later.
Right, I see. There you are. So look at that. What a pleasant surprise, everyone. So we've got a big show in for you guys. Many of you are joining us here in the chat as well. I'll just do a few quick shout outs to see who we've got in, and then we're going to roll on with the show. Because it's 4 of us, we're going to try and be a little bit quicker with our answers to see how many we can get in. So let's just say some hellos. So we've got here, so Connie B is, let's see if I can click up. Yes, is here. Here, Phyllis is saying 83 degrees in Spokane, Washington. And then what's it? Someone's saying they're not looking forward to a hot, steamy summer. Well, you know, you can bring some of it here in the UK. It's been very tepid over here, folks. There's some sunshine, but tepid. And we've got Linda Bishop, who is in. And someone was saying, my sweat was sweating today.
And we've got an update on Lady G.
Oh, yes, we do have an update. So I had a chat with Lady G on the phone. I think it was a few days ago, just to touch base, see how she's doing and stuff like that. And she said she may be able to return to the show next week. So let's hope that is still the case. I'll probably dial in with her again tomorrow just to see how she's getting on with her healing and stuff like that. But hopefully, folks, next week. So let's see. But it's the fabulous foursome tonight. So let's dive in. So straight away, we're going in here. So this question is coming from Manuela Orchid. Thank you, Manuela, for your question. She says, hello, dear Hoagie and the ladies. My question would be, if the UK will come back into the EU after the upcoming election. So just so you know, folks, just in case you didn't know, the UK is having a general election on the 4th of July, you guys, Independence Day, and the Tories couldn't be doing any worse than they are now. Rishi Sunak is just a disaster.
It's just going to be a landslide for Labor, which is the equivalent of the Dems.
Indeed. So it's going to be very interesting. So, and she says, so thank you. Wishing you a lovely night. We'll watch the show tomorrow morning with a lovely coffee. Much love, Manuela from Germany. So basically, will the UK go back into the EU after the UK elections? How interesting. Look what I have on the base of the deck before I even shuffle. Oh, maybe.
So just for viewers who aren't familiar with how Brexit and the EU work, the UK was in the EU for 40-something years, Hogarth. A long time, you know, over a generation sort of thing. And then they had a very bad divorce engineered by the UK. So when this question's asked, will they go back? It's not like going, oh, well, yeah, we'll go back. You know, it's a big deal that 27 countries have to agree on. So I just had to say that before we read. Indeed. You know, it's not like, oh, okay. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what it was, the EU and the UK, you know, the EU.
Yeah, so the EU is the economic union,
Okay.
Okay. And so they were part of all that for many decades.
Yeah. So it's the EU is the European trading. It's like several different countries. I think it's 37 members, 37
Yeah, it's
EU
a lot of
members.
countries.
And there's also the Eurovision Song Contest and all of this kind of stuff, which is a completely separate thing, but basically is to do with goods, services, etc., and all that stuff. And since we left, of course, the UK economy is pretty much tanked. So everyone's asking, are we going to go? Are we going to go back in? So who's ready to go first? Sheila, go for it.
All right. Now, to preface this, I'm going in cold. What I know is what they just told me.
That's precious.
Yeah. So what I got is the Page of Swords and the Eight of Swords. It's almost like the EU says, you guys did this to yourself. You guys lost your clarity, your integrity. You lost all of this. Right. So right off the bat. So it looks like here I have it says you're going to need to get our confidence back. You're going to need helping hands. Like somebody's going to have to call, to go and say, hey, yeah, they're doing well. They're doing well. Somebody that they believe in. And then they might open a window, but it's not a door. It's a window. You know what I mean? I don't think they trust them just yet. And they have a long ways to go before they will. That's what I got.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Fascinating. Lena, what do you have?
Well, similar. In the UK, people have realized, gulp, we need the trade and we need the money. Most people now want to go back to how it was, back to the good old days of the EU, because it meant that if you were British, you could just go and live in Germany or Greece or anywhere with no paperwork virtually. You could just do anything. You just swan over, and now people, can't. Someone strong, it's not going to be Starmer, but someone strong is going to be leading the fight back into the EU. But like you said, Sheila, I think people are a bit battle weary and a bit damaged by it. So it's not going to be that easy, but not impossible. I'm getting on.
Okay, Deann, what do you have?
Well, I got the Tower. There was some sort of upheaval or unexpected crisis having to do with this, and it just caused a lot of chaos. But there's something they're saying that there's going to have to be some diplomacy and some strength to go forward in this. There's been some frustration and delays, and it may be holding off for a little bit, but inevitably I get them going back. So
wow, thank you. And no, honestly, very concise as well. And it's so funny that you got the Eight of Wands in reverse, which can often mean things going wrong with business.
One after the other.
Yeah, it literally, you just read out the whole story. All right, what are my cards here? So fun. You can tell Spirit's listening in onto this one. So the first card I get is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is Britain walking away, saying, we're done. We don't need you. We're getting out of here. By the way, this was a transit of Uranus, which also inspired Brexit and what got Duck L'Orange into power. But anyway, so that's the Brits saying, we're done with you now. Bye-bye. We're leaving. Yeah. Oops. In the obstacle position, we have the Hierophant. They didn't realize just how important those rules and regulations were, because of course the Hierophant deals with rules, regulations, accepted norms, the usual dogma or way of doing things. It also deals with government, organizations, etc., because the EU is a huge system and it's turned up in the obstacle position. So they fell foul because since leaving, people have found there's all of these rules, extra regulations, paperwork, expenses that they were told because Boris said it was oven ready. What a liar. Anyway, what we see here, we realize with the Queen of Cups in the middle, that maybe the Tories were not telling the truth. There were a lot of secrets, a lot of things hidden in this crucible here, which only emerged with time. Oops. Yeah. If we look here, here's the UK on the back of the horse, trying to romance the EU. Yeah. Come on, darling, take us back. We didn't need it. Really? And then the EU is like, not sure about this. You know, you're a bit of an unfaithful lover. Yeah. See here. And the reception that the UK is going to get is something akin to the Queen of Swords. Oof. So, of course, you know, this isn't really someone that can be messed around with. So I think Britain will have to make an offer just out of sheer practicality. And I think what it is, the EU is going to take a very circumspect, incisive look and will make it based on rationality, not emotion. All right. Anything to add to that, ladies, before we go on to the next question?
Well, yes, something that should be interesting to international viewers. The reason the Brexit vote went ahead was because Cambridge Analytica, the same organisation that got Trump in and all that misinformation, they were spreading disinformation and telling people in the UK, well, you'll have millions of pounds a week going into your health system and everything will be beautiful. No, absolute lies, known lies.
Wow. Okay, so are we ready for the next question?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a little scroll down as well. Oh, look, someone's saying, hello from Italy, everyone. Thank you, Janet T. Thank you.
Wow.
And then someone's saying here, Lena, Sharon's saying, Lena, you just can't stay away from us.
I can't. I miss you guys.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you all. And we've got so many more here in the chat. Okay, so the next question. So this is coming from Nick Minks. X, so Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X takes action on deep fake network smearing UK politicians after BBC investigation. Will X actually remove the fake articles, and will this mean tougher controls are in place going forward? Now, isn't that interesting? Because X has a little bit of a controversial reputation, doesn't it? Under the auspices of free speech, a lot of stuff has proliferated. So let's see what's going on if this is genuine from X. So will X actually remove the fake articles, and will this mean tougher controls are in place going forward? X. Mr. Elon Musk.
We will see. Because Twitter, in its previous incarnation, did quite a good job of keeping a lid on the worst of the worst. And then Elon Musk came along.
Let's see. Is Muskie genuine? Is he genuine about this? And isn't it interesting? Do you remember, ladies, I've been saying for a while, I said when Neptune moved into sidereal Pisces on the 22nd of February 2023, something like that, I said we'll be dealing with issues of deep fake in the world. It's more going to become more and more of a thing.
Well, thank you, Eddie.
You ready to go, Sheila?
Ooh la la, look at Eddie. Yes, I'm ready. So I did 2 decks, and here's the first card. The first one I got was delusion, like delusion, choices, just throwing it all out there and getting everybody confused, because the truth about it is the choices that Twitter has to make or X has to make, those are hard choices, and it's like it's always eeny, meeny, miny, it's always like that.
Because and Sheila, the 2 of Swords is an X.
It is an X. Oh. It sure is an X. But what I got was with the delusion, the truth is good luck. That's what they care. They're like, we don't care what goes on there. Good luck. Good luck to everyone. right?
Mhm.
They don't want to have any, like, if they start down one road of banning somebody, then they have to ban that one, and then they have to ban that one. And truthfully, Elon, he's like, good luck. Y'all do what you ought to do. So I don't know.
Fascinating, fascinating. Lena, what do you have?
Well, having shuffled and shuffled when we were raving on, I got this card again that I got the first time, of injury in something. This is damage. Oh, this is damaging X stroke Twitter, right? They're losing viewers or users, but also losing the reputation. So this is a problem. People can't trust the stinky fish in information they're getting. But the next two cards are interesting. Queen of Wands, which could be Elon in drag, but I don't think so. Someone who's quite powerful saying you've got to sort this out on some level, or you're going to have more problems. Strength. And I'm not quite sure what I feel or think. What do you guys think of my strength card as the outcome? Is it his strength holding out, or is it
it could imply that. I would say the thing with, or Twitter's strength, of course, is just how many. Well, we look at that. We still call it Twitter. He must be slightly annoyed, isn't it?
Always will. Yeah.
And it will always be Twitter. I think it just fits. X is just it's too bland.
Yeah,
anyway, it has so many users. No, go on, Sheila. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm sorry for misspeaking. I didn't mean to do that. I was just thinking, Elon Musk, if I get into his energy, he considers that freedom of speech, and that it's the strength of X. Like delusional strength, yeah.
Because he must be getting advice to do it, but he's not doing it, you know. Yeah, there we go. A collective read. Thank you.
Indeed. Deann, what cards did you get?
Well, we'll see how this goes. I got the Nine of Wands also, defending his territory from a safe position, trying to defend his views. There's going to be, I'm getting this as like some self-imposed. He's got some self-imposed restrictions, and possibly it's maybe lifted. But I get that he's wanting, this stands for financial control, trying to keep financial control over the situation. But I feel like he's going to have limited success.
Look at that. I got that card as well. It's astonishing, isn't it? If you think there is 4 of us, all in different time zones, and we're getting very similar cards, it's remarkable. I'll quickly read my cards, but first of all, just a quick, where is it? 1 minute, un momento, here we are. So, Edie here, thank you so much for your donation. Oh, that's so generous.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It should have been Edie, not Eddie. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing your name. Good grief.
Oh,
I'm a dork.
And we got Holly here as well. Thank you so much for your donation. Will Trump ignored his probation on officer? Or we'll see. We'll see.
One carder.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, why not? Why not? What I'll do is
your cards.
I'll do my card, and then we'll do a 1 card pull. So will Trump ignore his probation on officer?
Probation officer, I think is.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it's okay. So let's keep that in mind. So what I'll do is 1 minute. So okay, in terms of Twitter, Musk, etc., and deep fakes and all of this kind of stuff. Look at this. Spirit is listening in. We have here the 5 of Swords, which is talking about what abuses of power, aggression, etc. And with this card in particular, what you see is the guy standing here, and he's been so vicious in the battle that the other 2 have walked away. Some could actually argue that X, since Musk has started, a lot of people have been turned off by the aggressive language. A lot of some of the racism, anti-Semitism. There's been a lot of isms on there. So I think this is just talking about the nature here of X, maybe since the takeover, but at the same time there are things to do with free speech as well. So it's a mixed bag. Let's put it that way. Here in the obstacle position in the 5-card spread, we have the 3 of Wands. Now, Wands are, of course, all about passion, energy, but I very much associate this card with trade, imports, exports. You see here, the man is waiting for his ship to come in, but this is in the obstacle position. So I would agree as well with you, ladies. It does tarnish the reputation of Twitter or deep fake and stuff. And this obviously can affect what? Trade and advertising, because obviously X would make a lot of money off the advertising, which would be the trade here. If we look here as well in the middle card, again, we have conflict, tremendous amount of conflict. So it's more and more as if the perception of X is one of a battleground, not necessarily discussion anymore, but it's, again, do you see there's this aggression, discord, there's not a unity there, particularly when we consider that the first card is also the 5 of Swords. So 5s can be quite tricky energy to deal with. If we look here, we've got the 9 of Wands. So again, that came for 3 out of 4 of us. So again, feeling embattled, weary. I think this is also to do with people that were on Twitter and now on X. I think a lot of users might also be feeling embattled, but this can also be Elon. But just the environment in general it's just quite antagonizing. However, if we look here, though, I think he's still looking at the long-term revenue and profitability of X, because here I refer to this card, the 7 of Pentacles, as return on ROI, return on investment. So I think he's still keeping his eyes on the money, but the brand overall, I think, has been affected quite a lot.
That is so funny. I always look at that card as the person just standing there and not working, having a pile of work to do and not doing it at all, like the lazy guy.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, he's just sitting there like he's on his break and he's looking at all the work. I'm like, I don't want to do this today.
Indeed. And there's so many interpretations. Okay, are we ready for the next? Oh, or did we want to do that one card? Yeah. All right, let's do. So will Trump ignore his probation officer? I think that's the one there. Let's have a look. We'll do a 1-card pull. There's always a bit of duck l'orange in there somewhere, isn't it? Someone has crispy duck l'orange. Will he ignore his probation officer? Has he spouted something else on his Truth Social or whatever?
Probably.
I've been with friends today. All right, so let's pick 1 card. Do we all have one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so after 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, so Sheila, how do you interpret your card?
He's gonna act like a fool. The probation officer says you gotta do a UA every week, and he's gonna go, "What's that?" You know. He's gonna act like a fool. He's not gonna. I just think that he's gonna leap into doing whatever he wants. Nobody can put restrictions on him, right? He's just taking that leap of faith and doing whatever he wants. I just don't see him staying there. So yeah.
Wow. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, with the confusion and delusion around this everything, I think this represents the confusion yet again of the legal system. How do we deal with this man when he doesn't comply with anything? That's the confusion. Yeah.
And
well, if this would have been this way, I would have thought, well, maybe he's going to balance it. But since it's in reverse, no, he's not going to be able to listen to the probation. He can't handle it. He can't do it. He's not going to be able to balance keeping the truth or keeping his mouth shut. So no, he won't be able to do it. Not for long.
Indeed. And my card is the Chariot. So he's just going to barge on through. Barge on through.
What
He's
parole officer? What
parole
process?
officer?
What sentencing report?
He's going to be like, did you bring me McDonald's? He's going to treat the parole officer as some kind of assistant. He's got no intention with complying with anything. He's just going to bulldoze his way through. Simple as that.
Maybe the Chariot represents Uber Eats.
Yes. Bring me some fried chicken. Well, here's some tidbit of information. He literally missed his first appointment with his probation officer. He didn't even go to his first one. So I don't know if he's been since. I haven't heard, but it was like he didn't even go to his appointment. Like the judge.
Why is he free? You know, if any of us would have done this much of what we would have been still locked up waiting.
Oh, absolutely.
Gosh, it's just crazy, isn't it? I'm just getting some responses here. 111 degrees in San Angelo, Texas this week. I have felon 34 relatives who live there. Oh, really? Wow. That's quite a few. Well, I guess Texas is the place. It's a big old place, isn't it, Texas? Plenty of room in there for everyone. What's this here? Someone's saying, hello, thank you all for all the time you guys give us in these trying times. Indeed. Thank you so much for that message. Let me scroll down a bit more. Someone's saying here, Annalise Finch is saying, be sure to live chat is set on all messages so you won't miss any comments, and don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you. And we've got Sharon, Patricia is here. She's joining me on my retreat. So if anyone's curious about that, it's in the link description below. Who else do we have here? Let's just have a look through. Okay, that one's just a bit more chat going in between. Right, let's get to the next question. Now, this is an interesting one. So this is coming from Campbell. You know who you are. Very, 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 very good person. All right. So Campbell has just said, now this is really interesting. So she said, I just watched my Thursday fry-up, and I was talking about Taurus and this stellium, big stellium that we have now in sidereal Taurus. And I was talking about cows and stuff anyway. So she's written here, the stellium on the 7th of June, 2024 that you spoke about, you touched on cows, cattle, and Taurus. Did you know the CDC issued a proclamation on that date that pasteurized cow's milk was free of the bird flu virus? How interesting. I had no idea. Also on that date, a rancher said that he took one sick cow out of a herd, yet 3 days later the herd of 40 was sick. And then she's gone on to say, ask Lena if she has read news of the sea lions mass die-off in Argentina from bird flu. Did you hear about this?
No, I'll find out later.
Yeah. And then she's saying birds migrate from tip of Argentina to Canada. So can the cards look at this? So let's look at this bird flu phenomena and just see what we get. Should we do a one card pull on it? Because there's four of us. Let's do
sure. Because in our different shows we can follow up bird flu.
Exactly.
One card pull
for bird flu, because we've got quite some juicy questions further down the line. I want to make sure we get them in.
Yeah.
Okay. Bird flu. All right. After 3, are we ready, ladies? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bird flu. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, Sheila, how do you interpret your card? I think you're on mute there.
Well, this card is definitely of the steadfast, right? Steadfast. It's, gaining speed. It's like steady. Not much is taking care of it. Not much. People can't stop it. It's just steadfast. That's what I think my card means. Is that steadfast?
Yes. Lena.
Well, I think building on what Sheila was saying, this card appears like the opposite. Not to think that, but it's not. I think this is news of bird flu. We're going to hear more and more and more and more incidences, and yours is more the reaction, which will be like nothing, case by case. So I see them going together in a weird way.
Wow. And it's also aviation. Do you notice they're flying through the air?
Of course.
Yeah, the birds flying. Quite literally. Birds.
Yes,
Wow.
lots of birds flying.
Wow. Deann, how do you interpret your card?
Well, this can stand for social angst. Everybody's anxious. You know, people are hearing about this and they're a little bit anxious. My own little innocent looking dog just came back in yesterday with 2 birds she killed. I didn't know she was a bird dog. She's just little, but she scared me to death. But then I started worrying, thinking, oh my gosh, the bird flu. What if, you know, these birds are dropping down and she's finding them? She hasn't killed them, but she found them. So I had my husband check the whole yard. So it's causing a little bit of angst in some people when we're hearing about this. So that's where I get.
Yes. And I've got the judgment card here. So it's kind of like, look, big news, isn't it? Look, this is essentially Archangel Michael, like with his trumpet, or what? No, Gabriel's got the trumpet, isn't it? So yeah, so you know, I think it's just going to be something that's just going to keep going, and because the way I interpret it, like with Sheila's card, it's like it's steady, determined, and persistent. Lena's card, literally the birds flying through the air, but also dropping dead. With your card, Deann, you know, just the angst and the worry because they're falling out of the sky, and it's like this is just like big news. We just have to pay attention to it. So it's not going to be a small story. Let's put it that way. Oh, we've got another donation that just came in. Look at this.
Denise, thank you.
Denise. Ah, my goodness.
Wow.
Ah,
Oh my.
That's fabulous. With love and support.
Nice.
It's because you had your shirt unbuttoned at the beginning.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now we see you get those big.
Yeah, thank you, Hogarth, for putting in your time.
You know, one button comes undone for each donation.
It's strip poker.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. I can donate. I'll be right back.
Oh gosh, I'd be losing money.
What about you? You're a young thing.
Oh, that was fabulous. So thank you. Thank
we
you.
have
Campbell,
descended into not a family show.
Indeed.
Whoops.
And we have with us this evening, at the moment, we have 1,455 with us right now. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us live, and also as well, happy Sunday as well to everyone who also joins us on Sunday with a nice coffee. And if you haven't done it so yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification. And if you'd like the ladies' information to subscribe to their channels, they are in the video description below. Okay, are we ready for the next question?
Yes.
All right, so this is kind of coming in with a fake question as well, but this is, I think this is, well, let's just see. I think this is to do with the states. So look, I'm just gonna read it here. There appears to be shenanigans with a fake post claiming to be someone related to a juror in the New York case. So that must be referring to Dr Lena. Yeah, is that correct?
Okay.
Yeah, and I have an update on that before we read on that.
Oh, do you?
Go
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
And
update.
then,
Go ahead.
yeah, what's the update? Go on.
Yeah.
No, I want you to go ahead and finish, and when you're done, I'll give you. Yeah.
So it says, the judge has brought this to the attention of both sides, but the question is whether this can be ignored, or was it done to increase the chance of a mistrial being a possibility? So what were you going to add to that, Sheila? You said you got some info.
They do. They already tracked him down. They
Yeah.
already found his website or his Facebook page, all that. He's literally a professional talker and poster. So they already know that he was not related. He's already confessed, no, it was fake. You know,
Yeah.
so all of that is done
It's
and
a
over
non-issue.
with. Yeah, done and over with. So even if somebody on Trump's side said, "Hey, post that," it doesn't matter because he's already said it was absolute fake. I was just messing with everybody, and it was done on the court. The court is done on the court Facebook page, like a day or two prior to the conviction. So
wow.
So that's the update on that. So if there's any questions out of that, I don't know. It's already a done. I'm pretty sure that the maggots are gonna, amp that up and call that a lie, but it's irrelevant. Not in court. You can't do nothing with that.
Cool. Okay, no problem. Well, there we are. So we got the answer to that. He admitted it was fake. And let's see here. Let's have a look here. Oh, no, this is an interesting one. And then we've got one which is about Matt Gaetz and co. and El Salvador. So that's coming up. So Nick Minks has asked. This is actually very pertinent here. The far right could make big gains in the EU elections this week. So remember what I've been saying to everyone, ad nauseum, repeat after me. Pluto is in Capricorn, sidereal Capricorn, which is the sign of governments, infrastructure, big pharma business and stuff. Wherever Pluto goes through, this is where the corruption and all that stuff comes up, but also countries tend to move further to the right. It has a very fascist kind of connotation. I'm not saying they're all going to go that way, but anyway, so the far right could make big gains in the EU elections this week. Do the cards indicate if this is correct or whether people realize this would be a dangerous course? No doubt there is interference from the East where the would-be czar, we know who that is, stirs up chaos. So there we are. So will the EU, do the cards indicate whether the move to the right is correct, or will people realize they're on a dangerous course? So basically, are they going to move to the right?
Will the EU move to the right? Is that the question?
Yeah, the European.
Yeah, so the Europeans, the European Union, there's 27 countries, but many are also voting as well. So 49% of the global population this year is voting in elections. So that's billions.
Good question.
Who's ready to go?
I am.
Go for it, Lena.
Okay, it kicks off with the world. So this is a very big issue. Like if the European Union lurches to the right, we're all in trouble because it's about momentum, of course, this move to the right. So it's huge. People are worried and they're looking out going, oh, these boats that are coming, what are we going to do about it? I suspect some they'll get more ground, I think, from this, and people won't be happy with that. But I don't think it's going to be a walkover. It's not going to suddenly be all far right, but they will, have more presence than they did. And the wedding card is sort of like making deals, in this case, deals with the devil because of money. Certain countries will start to deal more with the far right that they used to think of as fringe and out there. We've all watched it in the last even 5 years happen to every country, the maddies and the baddies and the fascists, So deals will be struck for financial reasons. So I think some gains.
Wow, fascinating. Who's ready to go next, Deann or Sheila?
I'll go ahead. Mine will be really quick. I also got the money and them going sideways with it. So there's something, there's something about the money and the going sideways and them holding on, and that's a 9 of Cups. It's just fulfilled and satisfaction, but he's just sitting there with, I don't know what that, you guys probably understand it way more than I do, but they're trying to hold on to something. I got the Queen of Swords with the partners, the Queen of Swords with the partners. So they're having meetings. They're behind the scenes thinking about this and having all of that. And the thing about the Queen of Swords that we kind of forget, Queen of Swords is wonderful when we're looking at the positive, but literally Queen of Swords is the bitter cover up, and they know how to cover it up. They have the intelligence to do so. And that's kind of how I feel with partners. They have the intelligence to cover up the partnerships that they've been having. And the last one is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is walking away, of course. But the one thing is the changing the priorities, the clever ploy. I don't know what really is going on over there, but my sickening feeling is screaming at me right now. And it's like the clever ploy. They really had some deep things that if it came out, we'd probably be in World War III.
Okay.
Anyways, that's what I got. Maybe it's too dramatic, but
no, not at all. Very, very interesting. Deann, what do you have?
Okay, I got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So lack of teamwork. There's a lack of teamwork. People aren't working together, and people are really worried and anxious about all this. And I feel like it's going to cause a lot of conflict and a lot of heartbreak. It's just a lot of conflict from this, but I feel like they are going to eventually move on from the turbulent times into calmer waters. So it may be turbulent for a while, but I see eventually them coming out of that. So that's what I got.
Very, very interesting. Okay, so this question, will it be moving further to the right? Well, look at this. I get the Ace of Pentacles. So again, there seems to be a deep financial element behind.
There's money around.
The money has turned up pretty much for all of us. So what this suggests to me, what this makes me think of really, in terms of, we take the helicopter view, and if we think of, there are many billionaires in the world, let alone the millionaires, but there are many billionaires in the world that are influencing politics. A lot of them have very conservative, often even far right views. Let's not also forget as well, Pluto also deals with extreme debts, but also extreme wealth. Pluto, that's where we get the name Plutocrat after all. He's in Capricorn, government. The plutocrats are putting their money in to shift everything to the right, to more closely reflect their agenda and what they see for the world. So I would say that's irrespective of whatever political stripe you're on. This big money influence is a big part of politics, and we're now starting to see it more clearly. If we look here, we've got the Page of Wands here. Now, of course, pages are all about messages and stuff like that, but this is technically turning up in the obstacle position, so we could see it as reversed. When the page is standing there with his wand, he's making forthright speeches, doing his best to kind of communicate his message. But here, when it's reversed, it could be a message that's a bit corrupted, passionate. But when we put it next to this money card here, so again, we're getting corrupted messages or policies from those that have enough money to influence outcomes of elections. 49% of the world's population is voting this year. Yeah, it really is. It's really a big deal. If we look here, they're passionate and fired up. Look, we've got the Knight of Wands. So they not only have money, they also have a lot of determination. Let's not forget Project 25, guys. Yeah, think about that. And then there's the other big project, even bigger than that, which is Project 2030. Oh my God, don't even get me started on the Davos lot.
I don't want to think about that.
It's even worse. So here they are, determined to ride into battle and have their way. But look at the next card. 7 of Swords. trying to get away with something. So what we have is we have a set of extremely wealthy elites that are stealing swords from the camp, basically weakening things from the inside out. Let's not forget that this thief here is weakening the base camp at home. So it's also a very undermining card. It's not just getting away with things as well. It's like they're undermining the fabrics of certain societies in order to be able to push forward their solutions. Do you see? It's very cunning, very cunning. And if we look here they are hammering away, hammer and tongs. They're very determined. Yeah, they're very determined. So I do think, yes, we are going to see the EU in general move further to the right. Like Lena said, it's not necessarily going to be complete a massive takeover, but this card does make me think, do you remember Marine Le Pen? Yeah, Marine Le Pen. I think the next time she's up for a re-election, I think France is going to go a bit further to the right. Italy's already there, technically. You know, Germany has always had this internal struggle. But
and look, the Netherlands has
yeah, the Netherlands as well. So you can see they're very determined. There's a lot of money behind this. It's focused, it's passionate. There is an element of subterfuge here. So yes, I think it will go, not completely, but it will move to the right. I'd be surprised. It doesn't. Anything to add to that, ladies?
No.
Well, I felt like when it said that it was going to eventually get better, that I kept thinking, for some reason, it came to my mind, that boat that you're looking at, it's slow. It's a slow moving boat. It's not something that's fast. So when it does change, it's not going to be getting out of there fast, you know, and all the swords are thoughts. So there's all the worries and the things too that they're taking with them. So I don't know, that just came to my mind about that last card.
Yes.
Oh, no, very good.
And Rose Blue says, so they want us to go back 500 years to serfdom. And it's so true. This is the thing with the right, is it takes popular and moral issues. Why are billionaires who like to party in bed? It's because they deregulate industries and whole businesses. So you've got this unholy alliance between the moral sort of people who want to be in everyone's bedroom with big bucks. All they care about is having deregulation of everything they want to do.
Yeah. They just want to turn the whole world.
But it works.
They say and do what works. That's it. They say and they do what works. It has nothing to do with morality or compassion or anything. Like they say and do what works.
For them.
For them.
Yeah, for them.
Exactly.
Do you know what it makes me think of? I remember when I was doing, because I used to write historical adventure fiction and stuff like that. And I did a lot of research on, you know, the cardinals, the priests of Italy and all of that kind of stuff like that. And I don't know if the Italians still call these people the same thing. But once upon a time, they used to call priests El Pomodoro, which means the tomato. Why? Because it gets into everything. It gets into everything. Yeah, and for me, it's almost like today, particularly with this Pluto energy. Now, remember, we can also use the positive of Pluto, which is alchemy, transformation, and magic. Yeah, that's how we push back. But it's almost like these billionaires are getting into everything. Have you noticed? They just won't give up. Once upon a time, a billionaire used to be a man or woman of, you know, of industry, and they were doing their things, and you bought your washing machines from them, you bought your soap powder from them. But now it's become this overt lobbying. They really want to get into people's lives, and it's about power. Yes, serfdom and stuff like that. Well,
thanks, Marby. Got a donation.
Oh, another one. Let's have a
Marby, thank you.
Oh, does that mean another another button comes undone?
Keep them coming, ladies. Keep them coming.
You got your dollar.
Marby, thank you. Oh, one button of Hogarth. Yes, there you got your hit. Oh my God, it'll be a stripper program by the end of it. Okay, are we ready for the next question?
Yes.
All right, now this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. So this came to me via email, but I said to the person as well, if you could leave them in the community section as well, because sometimes I get a little bit of email phobia when I get a lot of emails. I'm like, oh. But anyway, thank you so much for your question. So this has come in from Diana, and she asks, or she says, recently Matt Gaetz, Don Jr., Tucker Carlson, and Kimberly, she must be from one of the channels.
Junior's relatable girlfriend, as I call her.
Right. Yeah. So recently, Matt Gaetz, Don Jr., Tucker Carlson, and Kimberly Guilfoyle visited El Salvador, said they love the country and their leader. Could they all be thinking of relocating there after the election? Just a hunch.
You know, I kind of thought the same thing. I saw the little clip with them being in the little go-kart or whatever, and they were doing a little video thing. It was on Twitter. I mean, on TikTok. And I kind of thought the same thing. I'm like, are you guys scoping out the houses down there, the prices, trying to make sure all the paperwork is together? That's probably why he missed his probation.
Wow. Okay.
And Senator Mike Lee was there, says a comment. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm going to read it. Yeah.
This is what's going on in El Salvador. And then we'll get Shakespeare's opinion on this motley crew, hey?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Let's see what Shakespeare thinks of this group.
What are they doing in El Salvador?
Yeah, what are they doing in El Salvador? God, what times we live in, eh? What? I remember when politics used to be boring.
I wish it was again.
I got a Grapey Go Huge. You know, in those cartoons where these little train things are going through the tunnels, and they have a whole bunch of gold inside the little train buckets, and it's like that was the scene I just saw, was gold in a bucket in a.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's ready to go? Lena, you ready? You ready to go?
Yeah. Speaking of gold, the 10 of Pentacles turns up, which is also intergenerational in the sense of people, the young ones and the older ones, and everybody's suddenly looking at this thing. I couldn't believe these cards, actually. They're huge in terms of, are they scoping it out? After the Tower, they are intending to walk away, and you won't believe this, they're looking around the world.
Me too. I'll cover the boobies. Yes.
I really, really didn't think that. And they're talking, I don't think they're not going to move to downtown St. Petersburg, Russia. What I think this is, they're talking and looking at where Russian oligarchs live, which is everywhere from Cyprus to Bali. Okay. But I was actually astonished by those cards. You know.
Wow. Wow. Fascinating. Who's ready to go next? Deann or Sheila?
Okay. Well, I get some of it has to do with their money and their finances, looking for places to hide their money, to keep their money, because they're worried, especially like Trump here in the States, losing money. I think they're looking to somewhere they can get away to quickly. Their dad, different ones of them are going to be found guilty for things that they have done. And people are going to start to hate them once they realize what they've done. And so they're worried about the misfortune that they're going to follow. So they're thinking about going to some foreign land. So they are checking them out because they're looking for a way out. The three falling out. So that's what I got.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant. My goodness. I mean, it's just, sometimes the way the cards just come out, you can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. Let me have a quick scroll down. And who do we have here? Thanks, Sharon. Sharon Saipe is sharing some information about my website and our websites and stuff like that. So thank you for that. Let's just see here. Oh, let me scroll down further. Oh, God, there's so much in the chat. Let me just see here. So people are having their chat amongst themselves. Oh, someone's writing here. I thought Elon was going to be investigated as to who gave him the money to buy X. The rumor it was, yes, SD. I think you meant Saudi Arabia. I think something. He did raise a lot of funds from the Middle East, and we've almost got 1,700 of you with us live right now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Connie B is just reminding us, for entertainment purposes only. Of course. And then someone's written here, on Monday, June 10th, UN will be meeting to pass a bill to put forward by USA for a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine. Will it pass? It has to be binding. All right. So maybe we might be able to squeeze a one card pull in on that. Let me just click on it. So, right. So my cards. Yeah, we'll do a one card pull on that. I'll just read my cards. So just like Lena, I've got two major arcana in here, so they really might be considering it. Okay. Are they scoping out El Salvador? Maybe. Yeah. I think they are. Not quickly, obviously. This isn't a fast card, but also as well. Look, so what is the Knight of Pentacles? It's slow and steady as she goes or he goes. Yeah, it's not a card that rushes, but it's known as what? The loyal, devoted servant. But the shadow of this card is also the mercenary. So the mercenaries are trying to scope a new hideout, it seems to me. Why? Look who's turned up bare bosomed in the obstacle position. The world, which of course deals with endings and beginnings and endings. I think they're starting to see the writing on the wall. Yes. Even then, because think about it. The GOP is supposed to be the party of law and order, and they're just about to nominate a convicted felon who didn't even go to his parole meeting. Yeah. So how can you be talking about law and order and blah, 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 when you literally have a disobeying felon running the party? So I think even there, they're kind of like, you know what? It's kind of like the Tories. They're working on their CVs, folk. They're working on their CVs, particularly when they realize what's potentially coming for them. Yeah. Ruin. They know they could be out in the cold. They're they're scoping out places where they can save money, where their money's going to go a little bit further.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, like they're not going to be able to rely on the Russian money for much longer. So they're like, all right, where's cheap? Where's cheap to live? They're literally looking for somewhere cheaper to live. Yeah. If we look here, I've got to cover the naughty bits again. Look, now we have the Lovers. Yeah. Now, remember, the Lovers is all about not only about agreements and stuff. It is also about making significant choices. But as you guys know, I also associate this card with imports and exports, trade and services. So they're literally looking for business opportunities as well. They're looking to save money. And also, if I remember correctly, is it the case that El Salvador has a special extradition treaty? Is it the case that you cannot be extradited from El Salvador, or am I just imagining that? If someone could let me know in the comments. But anyway,
have a look.
But the outcome card is, oh dear, yeah, look, it's the Four of Swords. Oh, yeah, look. Which of course is the card which is often associated with being wounded in battle, but this is also the card quite literally of laying low. Yeah. Laying low. I think they are scoping out El Salvador and other places because they know their future could be rocky. And because they know that their money could either be seized or it may not go that far, they're looking for somewhere cheap to live. My God. It's extraordinary, isn't it? It's extraordinary. Isn't it? So I said, let's see, we've got a little bit of time. The time has gone so quickly. So let's do a quick one here.
I didn't do
Let's
my
do
part yet on that.
Oh my God, so sorry. Forgive me.
I'll
No,
be really quick. Mine's kind of juicy.
No, don't rush.
Go
Don't rush.
for it.
Take your time. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So used to
No,
doing
no,
free.
it's okay because I just read this here where it says, "Can you be extradited?" The judicial system there says that they have to be granted. Like they don't have to automatically. They can either be granted or not granted extradition. So they have to do this. They're looking for charity for in that town. They're looking for charity. Hey, will you take us? We've got money. Can you take us?
Yeah.
Because I just got that he wants to walk away, and he has the King of Swords. The King of Swords wants to walk away. He's done, and the reason why he's done is because I got the Four of Swords, and he in his health he has done some bad things to his health. It's all his fault that his health is declining, and then the last one is he's looking for protection.
Wow.
He's looking for protection over there. And then my thought with the reason why Matt Gaetz went is because he is a lawyer and he wanted to get down there and listen to the legal system and how it works. But there you go.
Wow.
And I don't know if you can see, but a black cat has just arrived on my bed. Just jumped off.
What? Just now, off the street?
Well, it was a street cat. Someone's feeding it now, but I haven't seen it since I was here, and then I'm in a shut room and it just turned up. It's been under the bed, obviously, all day or something. I didn't know. And then suddenly there's this black cat.
Oh, look. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Well, there we are. Then we've got the little doggy poos there. Wow. Wasn't that fascinating, folks? Let's just see here. I mean, we have. Shall we do a quick one card pull on the last thing just to round it up? Yeah. And this one says on Monday, 10th of June, the UN will be meeting to pass a bill put forward by the USA for a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine. Will it pass, as it is said to be binding? And I think that's a very important question. So let's ask that one card pull.
Okay, so this is the UN.
Is that what they said?
Israel or Palestinians deciding this? This is the UN, yeah.
Everybody's asking for the Shakespeare too. Apparently, you were doing the Shakespeare.
Yes. Oh, I was going to ask the Shakespeare. Forgive me. Yes, let's quickly do the Shakespeare and see what he thinks on the Matt Gaetz cadre that's gone down, and then we'll do a one card pull and we finish there. I'm so used to three. The four has slightly discombobulated me. Let's have Deann. Deann, you tell me when to stop, and then that will be the bard's opinion on Matt Gaetz and the cadre who've gone down to El Salvador. Yeah. All right. So 1 second. Just make sure I'm in the right place. 1 second. Un momento. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm closing my eyes. So Deann, you tell me when to stop, and that would be the bard's opinion. So you tell me when to stop.
I did. I said it, but I was on mute. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Right. I said it like 3 times, and I'm like, why is
finding myself? Let's go again. All right.
Again. I'm sorry. Okay, stop.
All right, this is what the bard thinks of this cadre here. Oh, this is interesting. Now, remember, Matt Gaetz is involved in this. Listen to what the bard has to say. This is from Measure for Measure. An adulterous thief, a hypocrite, a virgin violator.
Oof.
Oh my God, that couldn't be more perfect. That's why I was on mute. You were meant to get that.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean,
yes.
Well, that can also mean Trump too.
It could.
Yeah.
It could mean more than one.
I mean, that's just extraordinary, isn't it?
Matt Gaetz just got away with. He could have been done for trafficking young girls over the state line.
Yeah.
Do that.
I've just got to put the cat out, and the cat only speaks Portuguese, of course.
Okay, so let's do that one card pull on the that is just stunning, isn't it? From Shakespeare.
That was
stunning.
perfect.
Absolutely stunning. So just to reiterate, one card pull. So on Monday, 10th of June, the UN will be meeting to pass a bill put forward by the USA for a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine. Will it pass, as it is said to be binding? So one card pull, and then we'll close. God, the bard never fails. That is just, my goodness. All right. All right. Are we ready? Okay, so after 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, oh, look. Deann, you and I, we've got the same card. How interesting. Okay, so Sheila, how are you interpreting your card?
Like I was saying earlier, you know, they were looking at the pile of work and being lazy. It's almost like a slow walk feeling. So if that equates to like a slow walk, are we really going to do all the work that needs to be done? It's like really weird. And also taking stock, looking at that work and kind of like that. So that's kind of how I feel with mine.
Pondering. Wow. Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I don't know. I mean, here's the magician, you know, so everything's on the table and up for grabs. So, well, I'm suspicious whether it will be binding or not, because something's only binding till someone says no, you know. So I think there's going to have to be some significant maneuverings. I don't see it just going ahead. I think it'll have to have more work and stuff done.
Deann, how do you interpret your card?
Well, I'm kind of doubting that if it's going to go through right away or not, because these people are like, this is like somebody I think of war, charging forward. No, we're going to fight. We're going to, you know, and so I kind of think it's iffy. I think if they're going to, because I think that they want to go on with this. I don't think they want to cease fire.
Yeah, very good point. And look at that. Deann and I have got the same card in a one card pull, which is even more extraordinary. So yeah, I would have to concur. So, okay, the UN might be wanting to bring this in, but the fact that both of us, 50% of us, have got the card of war, that says to me, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that want to carry on with this. They want to keep charging forward. They want to keep with the rampage or whatever it is going on. So I think it is going to be difficult. It's going to take some negotiation. I think all of our cards are speaking about that. But it seems the push for war is very strong, unfortunately. So I hope it works, but we'll have to see. So, but can you believe the time has gone so quickly? We have 1746 with us. So thank you so much to everyone for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. The ladies are in the video description as well. Closing thoughts, ladies, before we go out. Deann, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts on what we've read tonight? And congratulations on your not honeymoon, your anniversary, by the way. Congratulations.
You know, I just am believing that everything is going to end up okay. It's all going to end up okay. It's just going to take time, and you know, justice is going to prevail. But I don't know. And I'm just grateful that you invited me here and that I get to read with you wonderful readers. I feel really honored.
Oh, thank you. It's a real pleasure. Real pleasure. Sheila, closing thoughts for us based on the ground we've covered today.
Well, the ground that we have covered, I have to keep on going back to like January when we were all reading about what was going to happen with Trump and all of that. And we've all said between June and July, there was going to be something significant and huge happening in these months. And I just think the fruition of all of that and all of us reading on that just kind of gives me, faith in what we do and how we're doing it. And I would believe us long before I would believe any newscaster, to be honest with you.
Very interesting. Lena, closing thoughts.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a very volatile summer, northern summer, for sure. Absolutely. So my advice is to everyone, oh, the cat's attacking me. Look after yourselves, and you need to stay calm and stay strong and join with other people. And that's what this great community is about. So thank you guys in the chat as well.
Yes.
Love it.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, yes, and I would concur with all of those things. Guys, yes, it is kind of like yanking the panties to the side kind of politics at the moment. It is very strange, isn't it? Sorry, Sheila's, sorry, we Brits, we are quite sincere. And
I deserve another button for that.
And strip tarot may become a thing. We'll get back to you on that.
I would say the theme is keep expecting the unexpected for now. It's like the pustule on a spot. We just have this Pluto energy. We have a lot of transformation, a lot of reconfiguration, a lot of change happening all at once. But remember as well, magic is coming back. Alchemy is coming back. Buy your magical books, do your prayers, your rituals, get together with like-minded people to put positivity out there as well. Because as much as we see the dark rising, it's only because the light is getting stronger. Right. So try and remember that, folks. So that's my little bit. We've obviously gone quite over. Thank you, ladies, for a fabulous show. Thank you, Lena, as well. A most unexpected and pleasant surprise. And we will see you next week. Hopefully, we'll have Lady G back next week. But of course, ladies, you'll be welcome to guest anytime on the show. And I think every once in a while, don't you think, Lena, we should maybe do a foursome every once in a while, and we get the favorites back on, and we all get around the table. So thank you, ladies, for your support as well of the show. Let's see what happens with Lady G and how she's feeling with her energies. But the both of you and everyone else who's been on the show are welcome to return anytime. So thank you, everyone. And we'll have to leave it there for now. So bye-bye for now.
Guys, thanks so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.